Tinker. I'm making him say hi. What's up, witches? Here's Pie. He was not getting up on the back of the chair, so I'm making him say hi. Kitten tax. All right, up you go. What's up, witches? It's TheZenWitch here with an unboxing for you. It is Election Day in the U.S., so you will be watching this the day after. And so I'm going to my happy place to shoot videos for you. Today we are, I'll put it on my desk so you can actually see it. We are unboxing the Mlle Lenormand. Now, it took me a long time for the penny to drop on these types of decks. I was very much aware of the Roma Witch fortune-telling deck that comes in the orange box, always aware of those and the style of those cards. And then the Lenormands came kind of onto my radar, and I realized these are similar. So I have several decks. The Russian Roma fortune-telling deck, the Lunar Nomad, both of which I have reviewed. There's another one, Titania's Oracle, that's coming up for review. So I do have several of the Lenormand style decks, but I haven't worked with them for a long time, and I'm actually starting to work more with all of them to get used to this type, because it is more of a fortune-telling deck rather than, sometimes Tarot and Oracle are really oriented towards self-study and your own personal path, and these are more about what's going to happen. Not that they can't be used the same way as a self-study tool, but these are fortune-telling decks. So the idea there is what's going to happen, what's coming. Now, my opinions on that, or you should if you've been watching this channel for any length of time at all. I feel that nobody can predict your future but you. It's not set in stone. But fortune-telling decks, you can get an idea. And does that stop me from asking what's going to happen? No. But I will tell you something else. I have been asking Socrates and the 8-ball over and over again, if one candidate or the other is going to win. And they have steadfastly and consistently refused to answer the question. I have gotten hell if I know from Socrates, or, why the hell not? Non-answers. I've gotten can't reply now, answer hazy, try again, ask again later. They're just steadfastly refusing to answer that question. And that is totally vibes with my understanding of things, because we can't know. We can't know until we know. And everything is in flux right now, So, okay, anyway, enough about that. Sorry, taking my socks off, putting my slippers on. It's a warm, cold day. Let's take a look at the Lenormand. Now, I do not have these in order. God damn it. You know what? I'm not going to put them in order. Mercury is stationary as I shoot this. So, Mercury chaos. So we have the number 18 card is Dog, man's best friend, faithful and true. His soul he'd lend in trust to you. The mongrel beast away from it all devours a feast that portends your fall. Okay, here's the backs. And so you can see with this particular set, it says JMC Mlle Lenormand, English edition, number 12979, published by A.G. Muller. And let's see what the copyright is on it. 1970. Been around a long time. So these have the basic symbols. The Lenormand has a basic archetypal symbol set. So we're not talking about major and minor arcana. We're talking about just a set of symbols, all that have equal footing. And then there are also cards in here that are significators to male and female. And when you lay them out, it depends on what things are near other things. So when you read the verse on here, it talks about man's best friend, faithful and true. So that's what the dog is about, friendships. His soul he'd lend in trust to you. The mongrel beast away from it all devours a feast that pretends you're false. So something about that says that if the dog is far away, then it means a particular thing, but it's kind of fuzzy. I'm going to go to the book here. Since we're totally free form with this one, I'm totally off format. If this card is near the key card, it signifies a true and lasting friendship. If it is far away and surrounded by other cards of bad omen, it suggests some treachery or deceit by those who represent themselves as friends. So again, there's a basic meaning and then there's a proximity meaning. And this one particularly mentioned the key card, but no others. So it's slippery and worth learning. That's why I'm starting to work with them again. Bouquet, happiness anew from the flower's scent. The outlook for you means encouragement. Days will be filled with pleasures come true. Fate has so willed the best unto you. Now, of course, if this needs to be near your significator card, the closer it is to you, the better it's going to be. Let's see what this one says here. Flowers. This card depicts a bouquet of colorful flowers and signifies happiness and contentment in all things. It's a card of good fortune in all daily aspects of life. The closer this card to the key card, the stronger the favorable influences. So you can see, all right, bear with me, everybody. I'm just all over the map today, and that's okay. All right. The English text on each card, card design, back design, case design, and contents of instruction booklet are fully protected by copyright. Mlle Lenormand came into prominence in France as a card diviner early in the 19th century. She made a deep impression upon the minds of her numerous followers and was celebrated by many famous personages of the time. We are pleased to reproduce the exact marvelous cards found after her death, the same cards with which Mlle Lenormand predicted the rise and fall of Emperor Napoleon, the secrets of Empress Josephine, and the fate of many court followers. The explanations printed on each card and a sample card spread are described more fully on the following pages. With practice, the cards will afford many hours of entertainment. So the method, the diviner or person who will read the cards shuffles and cuts, places the cards face up in 4 rows of 8 cards each, and 1 row of 4 cards beginning from left to right at the top as follows, and it shows you, so you lay them all out. The person who seeks to have his future foretold is known as the questioner and is designated by the key card 28 if a young boy or gentleman, or key card 29 if a young girl or woman. So it's not actually a key, it's the significator cards, the man or woman. The key card is of important significance since its position in relation to the other cards determines what factors and influences presently exist upon the questioner, which influences will exist in the future, and to what extent. The cards that are closest to the key card have the most important significance in the reading. Then we have the explanations of the cards. And then there's a sample reading at the end, but it never talks about, doing a shorter one. This just talks about the full tableau. I think they call it the grand tableau. All right, so we have flowers. It's so nice to hold small cards. The robber mouse takes your treasure. Inside the house he steals with pleasure. Hope's not all forgone if this card is near. Once the mouse is begone, you regain what's dear. So, okay, that talks about mice losing things. In my Lunar Nomad, the mice talked about anxiety and things are going to be taken and all that kind of stuff. And interestingly, kind of gets confusing because I go, mice, I go to like medicine cards, and mice is about details, seeing the fine details of things. So you have to throw out the symbolism of the other, other tarots or animal decks or things like that, and really go with what they say in this deck. The fox is sly, a friend is too, someone may try to deceive you. With wily glances, the renard snaps, avoid new chances, beware old traps. Heed well good news from the cavalier, impassioned views promise good cheer. Sadness that hides veiled in the day, once disguised soon flies away. All right, I'm not going to read all of these. So this in the Russian Roma is also the cavalier, but it's known in other decks as the rider. Generally the number 1 card. The 20 is the gardens, so it talks about a gathering or a party. Again, depending on how close it is. Number 32 is the moon. It means great honors are bound to appear when it rises near. When moonbeams fade, the omens grow ill. So when the moon is far away, remorse will invade with an unpleasant chill. One shining star alone in the skies bodes joy from afar where happiness lies. When clouds obstruct the star from sight, so like if there's the card of the clouds between the significator and the stars, then a chance of luck befalls tonight. So, bear. This is Brawny and bold. Here's the bear. This we are told, watch and beware. Words that deceive, spoken with envy, you will perceive are quite unfriendly. Now, bear, in other decks I've looked at, is more about like strong mother energy and protection energy. This is deception caused by jealousy and envy. So, okay. So these have been reinterpreted many, many times. A road in the open reveals the best way to avoid chagrin and dispel dismay. So this is the road, the path, the way to get there. If dark clouds surround and the road is dim, beware of the ground sinking from within. Mountain holds a formidable foe. To avoid your defeat, strike hard the first blow. So this can be obstacles, things to surmount. Principal card shows a man in full view, so this is a key card for the man. Vile is the serpent who lulls with a bite. Be not indulgent or slow to the fight. So the snake talks about an enemy. 27, a scented letter. This is news from afar, news from a friend. Written word especially. Stately house bestows good fortune upon your fate. So, house itself signifies that undertakings will prove fruitful and successful. So the house itself, I mean, it's interesting because you think, okay, what does the house stand for? Well, it stands for your property. It can stand for your physical body. It can stand for, things that you own, your boundaries. But this just says undertakings that prove successful. Even if the present situation of the questioner is unfavorable, the opportunities ahead are promising. In the event this card is in the center of the spread and below the key card, it suggests caution, especially with respect to other surrounding cards. So, caution, but they're just very slippery. I will say that again. This charming woman with bouquet in hand is with the gentleman her cards will command. So here's the fortunes revealed once the cards have been placed, unveil the concealed that destiny has traced. Here's lilies. If it rests high, good disposition. If signs are lower, it means dubious position. So the higher the lilies are, the better. Lilies are white and gold stars surround. The outlook is bright and joy will abound. So that's another good omen. Ring to the right, the love that you cherish will always be right and continue to flourish. Ring to the left and troubles begin. Your love will be cleft and filled with chagrin. That's pretty clear. Stork on the roof of your abode is certain proof you'll take to the road. So stork, what do you think of when you think of stork? Birth. If it's near the key card, it suggests a change of abode. If it's far away, it change is delayed or postponed indefinitely. So this is just change. And, you imagine, too, that when you're laying out the grand tableau of these cards, that you're really looking at all aspects of your life and how they relate to each other. Heart is a symbol of bonheur and joy. Romance blooms in full for you to enjoy. Okay. So, joy and love. Clouds brightly shine, strung in precision. Life will be fine with firm decision. Beware of clouds misty and obscure. Life cloaked in shrouds is hard to endure. Okay. Clouds brightly shine, strung in precision. The meaning of this card is determined by which side faces the key card. So there's bright clouds and there's dark clouds. You see that? If bright clouds face the key card, it's a sign of good omen. Life will be well organized. If dark clouds face the key card, the outlook is obscure and something disagreeable will occur. Generally, life will be harder to endure. Okay, that makes sense. Warmth of the sun brightens the day. Good luck has begun to follow your way. The closer your location you bask in sweet bliss, the further your position your outlook's amiss. Cross weaves pain, historically sad. A distance not close means tidings are bad. But mischance dissolves when the cross is near. The burden absolves if you persevere. The Tower, long life, short. So the Tower in this deck, it means strength. Strength and security. It's not the lightning-struck tower. Suggests the questioner will live to a ripe old age. Well, if you're laying them all out at every time you read, how do you look at that? If this is surrounded by cards of bad omen, it suggests sickness may occur or, under certain circumstances, eventually complete disability or death. Well, it's going to happen anyway. The Scythe looms bare, danger stalks too. Of strangers beware, they can harm you. Some nearby cards hold favorable view. Good are the odds you'll overcome too. All right. Fish, that is fortune and money. If fish swim away, hopes are battered, cheer turns to dismay, and dreams are shattered. When fish swim near, so depending on which way the fish are pointing, I would think. Let's see. Card promises wealth and substantial fortune if he's willing to grasp the opportunity. When this card is far away, it suggests new ventures will be more difficult to accomplish. Here is an actual key now. And I got very confused when I was looking at this deck the first time because it was talking about if it's near the key card, and there's an actual key card. But the key cards they're talking about are the man and the woman, which are the significator cards. All right, key. Signifies success in new undertakings, accomplishment of goals. When it's near, when far away, it's a sign of failure. Courage fails the questioner. Now, see, in my Lunar Nomad, it talks about the key as just meaning a resolution or an answer. What is the key to this? How do we resolve? That makes more sense to me. Ship is good fortune. Travel as well, one assumes. An opportunity is approaching, which opens up new avenues for good fortune. When it's near the key card, signifies a journey or trip. When it's near the significator card. Flowers. Sorrow surmounted in rift of grief. Flowers surrounded in clover leaf. Okay, so this is different than the bouquet or the lilies. This is clover, and that is good fortune. Okay, flowers surrounded in cloverleaf means sorrow surmounted a rift of grief. Dark clouds appear under misty sky. Events you should fear will soon make you cry. So does that mean if it's near the clouds? Card brings good luck and good fortune. If this is near the significator, it signifies that present misfortune or sorrow will soon disappear. If it's surrounded by clouds or other cards with bad signs, then events feared by the questioner will occur and bring sadness. If this card is far from the key card, then its good luck is weakened, delayed, or even entirely offset. Okay, tree. One tree from earth is best to see. It springs from birth, good health for thee. So this is health and growth. Friends. So this is children. Child. The questioner is held in high esteem and regard by his friends and peers, indicates the questioner is thoughtful and kind. Again, I would feel better, I'm going to be working with all the different versions of this deck that I have to try to get it to gel. Birch rod brings strife, so this is like the whip in other decks. What should be bliss to husband and wife has gone amiss. Prepare for sorrows that dampen the day, signifies conflict and disharmony in family life. They're used to flog a person. If it's near, it might signify quarrels, domestic trouble, stormy friendship, unhappy romance, and failing marriage. Now, in the Lunar Nomad, the whip talks about sexuality and attraction and passion. So, anchor's a sign of a happy event. Okay, the book, Secrets. Okay. The birds mean grief, but remain in good cheer. Woes will be brief when the birds disappear. Now, in other decks, birds mean conversation and verbal communication, vocal communication. Questioner must bear with the temporary problem. Illness, this is the coffin. signifies sickness. The closer this is to the key card, the more serious the omen. And then we're back to dog. All right. I've already looked through the book. Let's give it a go. I'm only going for 9 cards here, and I don't know how this is going to go at all, but it will be interesting to see what this gives me dropping the day after the election as I do this not knowing what's happening. And I've had people on my Facebook friends from other countries check in and say, how are things going? Who's winning? And it's like, why would you even look at that now? Nobody's winning right now. Nobody is winning. People are voting. Nobody will start winning until the votes are starting to be counted. But we do know that Trump is telegraphing that he's lawyering up and he's going to challenge it. And let's just hope that it's such a humiliating defeat that the narcissist starts to have a hissy and a pout. I mean, at one of his last campaign stops yesterday, he was so low energy and kind of talking about, I could have been one of the greatest, like he's given up already. So, humiliating defeat. Now, let me ask, ancestors and allies, guides and guardians, please come in and give me a clue about this deck. I offer you fresh water. I offer you the fire of Azrael. What do we need to know? What do I and my viewers need to know in order to thrive, survive and thrive? That came flipping out. The slumbering moon, when it rises near, means great honors are bound to appear. When moonbeams fade, the omens grow ill. Remorse will invade with an unpleasant chill. Okay, so it's not in the context here, and I'm not sure what to do with that card. Because it's like, well, it could be good or it could be bad. What do you do with that? How you can't take like a single card here and go, So this is a deck that is like more intuitive and subjective than most tarot and oracle decks where you can just, look up the cards and read the meaning and then you sort of blend them. This deck needs blending from the get-go. I'm going to move that aside. And we're going to take 9. All right. So we have, let me scoot things back. You know me. I'm always rearranging the frickin' furniture. All my mum drummers know. First thing I do when I get into a space is rearrange the damn furniture. Okay. So I'm going to go to the center. We don't have any significators coming up, but I'm going into the center where the road is open. So this is the path. And what it's going to talk to us about here is our path forward and what we do on this path forward. So up at the top, sorrow surmounted, rift of grief. So that is next to the heart, which is a symbol of love and joy and romance. And this is a symbol of good luck. And then we've got the sun coming out here. The warmth of the sun brightens the day. Good luck has begun to follow your way. The closer your location, you bask in sweet bliss. The further your position, your outlook's amiss. So I'm looking at the center card here as us and kind of like the situation and everything around it. So that card being the pathway or the road says that this reading is about our path forward. So these 3 up here in the path forward is talking about good stuff, luck, joy, the sun coming out. But down here we've got clouds and we've got the dark side of the clouds. Life cloaked in shrouds is hard to endure. So we have the sun coming out like right next to it, but then down below, and I'm looking at things kind of moving, from top to bottom. Down below, we've got the dark side of the clouds facing us. So that to me says the dark clouds come afterwards when all kinds of confusion is sown, when the bullshit starts afterwards. But as far as like the election process itself, I mean, I'm looking at these good luck kind of things. All right. The scented letter from a place remote brings news that is better from a friend who wrote. But as the dark clouds loom in threatening skies, sadness will soon much intensify. So the clouds are far away from it. They're on the same side, the dark clouds, but I mean, this is talking about communication. And I'm looking at the heart here as sort of an indication of our likes and dislikes. Who is going to be the one that we love at the end? What, who do we love the most? And this written communication, I think, can talk about the voting and ballots there. This book lies unopened, secrets hidden therein. The covers pretend that sorrows begin. It hides many tears and inner emotions. It conceals many fears and foolish devotions. Okay. So we've got the warmth of the sun, going in feeling empowered. The closer your location, you bask in sweet bliss. The further your position, your outlook's amiss. Okay, so this is very close to the past. So this talks about a good outcome. Luck, love, good outcome. But then the road moves ahead and we get into this lies and secrets and things that are hidden, fears and foolish devotions. And then we've got this communication here. Oh my God, this is confusing. Like I said, I'm just learning how to really work with these. If you're screaming, I know what that means, please put it in the comments. We'll have a conversation for sure. Okay, down at the bottom here, watch and beware. Words that deceive, spoken with envy, you will perceive are quite unfriendly. So we've got envy, jealousy, warnings, bear. I think it's kind of interesting, too, that the bear is a symbol of Russia. Dark clouds and the bear. So there's certainly ominous warnings to come down the road. High tower means long life for sure. Hopes that flower form deeds so pure. When troubles surround, sickness may come, and problems abound you must overcome. So here's sickness. I mean, that's COVID. That's COVID continuing, right? Big warnings, dark clouds, warnings about words that deceive, and then sickness, lots of sickness happening. So we go in feeling confident, just like we did last time. All right. But then this can be sad news here. I mean, it's next to this good news, but then it's right above the secrets and lies. So I think we have good news and then the path turns. I mean, if we look here, luck, romance and joy, good news from a friend, the beautiful warmth of the sun, the path forward, and then boom, lies, dark clouds, warning from the bear, sickness. And the moon, great honors are bound to appear. It's in the middle. So, I mean, the moon and the sun, it says when the moon rises near, it came out first. Great honors are bound to appear. I mean, that's obviously somebody's getting honored at the end of this election. But, I mean, we have to brace for this challenge. He's already said that he doesn't accept, all he's accepting is what gets counted tonight. Now, I am very happy to say that when we voted early, when I voted early before, we would put the paper ballot in the envelope and seal it like we were mailing it in and drop it in a box at the voting location at the Board of Elections. This time, we actually put the ballot into the scanner. So it's not going to be like this laborious, hand counting. Those votes are scanned in. So those votes should be counted by the end of tonight, because what he's trying to do is say that when the polls close, that's it, no more votes counted. Bullshit. Bullshit. It takes a long time to count all those votes. But that's what he's going to do. So, I mean, I think it just says that things are going to start off great. We're starting off hopeful. We're doing what Americans do. the way we do it, and then the bullshit starts. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I'm going with here. As far as what we do. And so, trying to look for an answer from this deck about how do we take care of ourselves, it's hard to read that way. Let me do 3 cards here and see if I can get that kind of answer out of this. So again, horses for courses. This is a very specific kind of deck and a very specific kind of reading that it gives. And this is what I want to learn is how to step into this deck's context and get the messages. All right. Can you please tell me tonight, how do we best take care of ourselves? And I'm thinking tonight, election day, and you're going to be watching this one and we've got all the answers already. All right. Here we go. All right. A cross weaves pain historically sad. A distance not close means tidings are bad. Mischance dissolves when the cross is near. The burden absolves if you persevere. When fish swim near an ocean vast, prospects are clear for a fortune amassed. If fish swim away, hopes are battered. Cheer turns to dismay and dreams are shattered. Fox is sly, a friend is too. Someone may try to deceive you. With wily glances, the renard snaps. Avoid new chances. Beware old traps. Okay, beware old traps. Don't get yourself so psyched up about something that you're going to have a crash. And also, and like I said, this is the day after election. Oh my God. All right. I know a lot of people are planning on drinking, and particularly if this election has turned out the bad way. It's saying beware old traps. Don't sabotage yourself and punish yourself for things that happen that don't turn out the way you want. Burden absolves. I mean, tidings are good. A fortune. I don't know how to do this, you guys. It's hurting my brain. So this is not the tool for those kind of questions. That's the answer to that. I hope that you get something out of this on this freshly Mercury turned direct day after the election. I pray that, we have a reason to rejoice one way or another. And you know what? Even if we don't, rejoice anyway. Laugh in the face of doom, rejoice anyway. Please consider clicking the donate button below. This is my livelihood, and I rely on your donations, and I'm so grateful for them that I can be the priestess I am and know that there is support from my wonderful viewers. You can also send me a gift deck and get a reading for yourself like you saw the last 2 days in a row because I got a Samhain windfall. You can also join my Discord. So today, start looking at the announcement page on Discord and my TheZenWitch page on Facebook to see when I'm going to schedule live chats. We're going to start a Q&A chat right off the bat. Haven't scheduled yet, but check it out on my Facebook page. And please go sign up for my Discord. It's free. We can have chats. We can learn together. We can do readings together and have all kinds of fun together. So anyway, tomorrow I will see you for another unboxing, and tomorrow I will also see you for a live stream in the evening. Please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe and wear your masks. I'll see you tomorrow. This is the Zen Witch. Blessed be.